Welcome everyone to Divinity Original Sin. I'm really excited to play this game. I've actually wanted to play it for a really long time. It came out a while ago. In fact, we're gonna play through the enhanced edition, so it already got updated. Divinity Original Sin 2 has come out, and I now really want to play that, but I feel like I gotta do it properly and play it from the beginning. So I'm sure for some of you this is kind of old and maybe not that interesting, but hopefully there's some of you out there who are kind of like me and you always wanted to get into this but didn't, or now you really want to get into Divinity Original Sin 2, but you feel like you got to know the story from the beginning, get the whole kind of experience. So I'm excited to dive in. It looks, from what I can tell, like one of those big, meaty role-playing games that used to be around a long time ago, and kind of going to feel like a bit of a blast from the past, but modern. So let's do it. Let's sink our teeth in. It's going to take a ton of time, but we'll just go through it and enjoy it and have fun. At least that's the plan. So gonna get started here. I'm gonna do the classic experience. That seems kind of reasonable, not something like honor mode where if we die it ends the whole thing. I do want to get through the whole story and experience it. So we're gonna get in here and set up some characters. I've been thinking a bit about what kinds of characters to get. One thing just off the bat that I think is really cool is the idea that you get two. It's kind of just an interesting idea. To start things off that way. How do I want to do this? Welcome to the character creation screen. Give your heroes a name, change their appearance. It's like one of the mini classes for them to start with. I was thinking of doing something like some sort of tank character and some sort of ranged magic dealer. I mean, pretty traditional party configuration, but it seems like it's traditional for a reason here. So one option here we've got is a knight. Specialized in war tactics, knights are trained not only to fight, but to rally troops. So that's probably not a pure... Yeah, it's not a pure fighter. It's got encourage, cure wounds, which would be quite useful. Battering ram. I like the idea of battering ram. That seems quite good. And then other sort of upfront options, I think rogue and shadowblade are probably too indirect. Wayfarer probably looks ranged-ish. I mean, Battle Mage is interesting in that it is an upfront fighting style, but Cleric heals allies or smashes skulls depending on the direction of the winds. That could be useful, but I think I really want to go the kind of pure fighting build. So the option here is Warrior. Crushing Fists. An enormous fist smashes your enemy and knocks them down, deals 4 to 5 crushing damage. Battering Ram, Man at Arms. Rush forward in a straight line to a point far away, hitting all enemies in your path. So actually the same thing we would get on the knight. And then melee powered stance. Increases both the damage of your melee attacks and your movement speed at the cost of precision. Toggle stance. Inquisitor. A daring wand wielder risking life and limb to decimate evil head on. It's a cool idea, actually. So I think we're going to do a fighter. Very traditional here. I actually think I want to swap the genders here and have a male fighter and a female witch here. So let's go ahead and do that. Do some configuration here of what we want to look like. I think the red hair is kind of cool, actually. Maybe something... looking for something with a beard. Maybe we'll do blonde, actually, then. Like this. So, hair... something similar. This, maybe? There we go. And then we're gonna have to change to match the portrait, something a little lighter. This could be good. Huh. It's kind of funny they let you do underwear. Let's stick with this.
Have I got anything that needs a good firing?
There must be a way to spring this trap safely.
Perhaps I can detonate that explosive from a distance.
Yeah, that works. Cool. Okay, fighter. There was no legion in the slums. AI personality determines if your hero has an opinion of its own. If you're not sure, leave it to no AI. Interesting. That could be an interesting dynamic. I don't know if it's a good idea, though. There was no legion in the slums of youthful gore. There was no mayor, no magistrate, no law. Only the fighter. If your horse had been stolen, your fighter would find it. If your landlord extorted you, the fighter would help him see reason. This justice was harsh but effective. Order persisted. Cool. So the backstory here is kind of like pretty rugged. When the king heard of the vigilante who dared enforce the law without the monarch's consent, he was outraged. Banish this traitor, the king said. But the king's guards could not subdue the warrior, no matter their words or spears. At last, the king called upon a black witch to cast a spell upon the so-called usurper. As the fighter slept, terrible nightmares invaded where soldiers could not. Mad with terror, the fighter fled and wandered for weeks before the nightmares began to subside. But if the fighter dared wander in the direction of home, the nightmares began afresh. The king might be untouchable, but dark magic was not. As a source hunter, the fighter would destroy the charm at its root. The king would come after. Cool. Cool, that's a cool backstory. So, basically hexed or cursed through magic, banished from home. And now that pisses us off and we hate magic. Oh cool, we can get our equipment back. So that is why we are on a quest. Okay. So our abilities here we can customize. Let's do that. Weapons, we have a point in single-handed. I feel like I'm gonna want to get to double-handed or dual wielding. We can just change this right off the bat. I wonder if that's a bad idea. Go right for dual wielding. Yeah, let's just do that. Defense, armor specialist. Improves your armor rating and decreases your heavy armor movement penalty. +3 armor rating and minus 20% movement penalty. Cool, so that's good for getting armor. Bodybuilding improves your saving throws against knockdown. Okay, so this is just like they can't do things like throw me over. Shield specialist. Increases the chance of blocking when using shields. Am I gonna want shields? I mean, not if I'm doing double-handed, right? I wonder how effective shields are in this game. I am starting with a shield. Maybe we'll just go back to single-handed. Maybe we will end up using shields. We'll see. And then skills, man-at-arms, determines how many Hydrosophist spells you can learn and how many action points it costs to use higher-level Hydrosophist spells. Oh wait, that's Hydrosophist. That makes more sense. Man-at-arms. Determines how many man-at-arms skills you could learn. Yeah, that's perfect. Right, because we're going to want to do... It looks like man-at-arms is kind of the melee... close-in type abilities and skills. Personality, charisma. Oh, I would like some charisma, actually. Bartering determines your haggling skills with traders. Leadership boosts other people lucky charm. Lore master allows you to examine enemies, identify items. I do think I'm gonna want charisma because he's gonna be our leader. He's gonna be talking to a lot of people. I might knock down bodybuilding to take charisma. Okay. And then attributes. We're in strength, constitution, speed, and perception. Strength determines your offense rating. With strength-based weapons, improves man-at-arms skills and how much you can carry. That's great. Dexterity is dexterity-based weapons and your defense. Intelligence spells. Constitution, vitality, and maximum number of hit points, so that's important too. I can see why we have a point in there. Speed, movement speed, see why we have a point in there. And then perception seems kind of important in general too. So, okay. This looks pretty reasonable. And then I don't think we can we change these? No. So we have Crushing Fist. An enormous fist smashes your enemy and knocks them down, deals 4 to 5 crushing damage. The 90% chance to set knockdown status. I guess we can bump that up as we get strength. Cool. 7 turn cooldown. Battering Ram, rush forward in a straight line to a point far away, hitting all enemies in your path with 7 to 9 slashing damage, plus could knock them down, it looks like. 6 turn cooldown. And then Melee Power Stance. Increases both the damage of your melee attacks and your movement speed at the cost of precision. So plus 20% damage, plus 20% movement, minus 20% chance to hit. Cool. Alright, this is our first character. I'm gonna change the name here. Going with Will. And then over here, the name they had was Scarlet, I think with 2 T's. And what do we want? Enchanter prefers to turn the tide of battle from afar, manipulating foes with powerful magic. Bitter Cold, teleportation. Throw an item or character up high and drop it to the ground, dealing 12 to 15 crushing damage. That's cool. Or Freezing Touch. Freeze a nearby target. Fighter, not that. Inquisitor is up close. I want ranged magic. Ranger, Rogue, Shadowblade, Wayfarer, Witch, Wizard, Battle Mage. Okay, so I'm leaning towards either Witch or Wizard. Witch, an intimidating presence whose bone-chilling powers terrify friend and foe alike. And Wizard, a scholar of magic specialized in starting and ending battles with a flick of the wrist, exacting swift victory from a safe distance. Boulder Bash, Flare, and Midnight Oil, or Oath of Desecration, damage boost upon an ally. Summon a spider, and heal yourself. I'm not sure which is very... I like the vibe of a witch a little bit more, but I actually want to be doing ranged damage like Flare. So we're going to go with this. And again, we were flipping here. Perfect. So let's get a look here. This is kind of cool. Oops. It's this one. Right? Actually, neither of them exactly match the one I'm going for. That's funny. Maybe we'll do more one like this. Yeah, something more like this. Yeah, a little bit shorter on the hair. Cool. Jet black hair. Yep. We'll, since clearly it's important that we be able to make this choice, we will go with underwear 2.
What could that have done?
Ah, a forge. The one place metal and bread are welcome in equal measure.
Better to detonate that mine safely than trip over it myself.
Do we want to do AI personality on her? Loyal, random, knight, rascal, maniac, judge, priest, free spirit. If I were gonna do it, I'd probably do... we'll do... I would do loyal or free spirit. I'll do free spirit. I don't know what this... I actually don't know what this does, so this could be interesting. The wizard's eyes snapped up from the heavy tome. Outside the small hut, the unmistakable sound of a struggle erupted, and an orcish roar sent shivers down the wizard's spine. But now was not the time for fear. By the light of the moons, the orc's hulking silhouette was aboil upon the outline of the peaceful woods. He had pinned someone beneath one great knee, and the victim cried out in a futile anguish. The wizard whistled, turning its great head. The orc had only just noticed the distant figure before its great green mass erupted into a shower of ash. The would-be victim rose, dusting the orc from its hair, and held out a hand. The silent ring of the Order of the Source Hunters glinted upon his finger. "Friend," he said, "I was sent to find the great wizard of these woods, but it seems you found me first." Interesting, so recruited to be a Source Hunter. So, Will, I guess is the character we're using, is kind of pissed off about magic, where somehow Scarlet here got recruited. Interesting. So we have Boulder Bash, we've looked at those already. Okay, so skills. Oh, talents, I didn't know it had talents. We'll have to go back and check that on our fighter as well. So weapons, yeah, I don't care as much about weapons. Defense, willpower. Willpower improves your saving throws against feared, muted, charmed, stunned, cursed, slowed, petrified, decaying touch, mark of death, remorse, and shackles, pain. Don't know how important that is. Geomancer, spells you can learn, and pyrokinetic spells you can learn. There's also Hydra Sophist, Arrow Thurge, and Witchcraft. So is that's air, earth, water, fire, and death, basically. Or witchiness. Charisma. So she's not going to have charisma, actually. That's the way I was planning to do this. Lore Master, I think, that seems good. Allows you to examine enemies and identify items. The more invested it is, the more in depth your intel. Cool. I could get lock picking. Or pickpocketing. We could go into something else. Move items from a distance. Bartering. I might just go into another... Oh, I can't go into another pyro. Interesting. I'm capped. Well. Lockpicking? No. Leadership could be good. Maybe I'll do leadership. And we've got Midnight Oil, create an oil surface flare, so you could probably burn oil. That'd be pretty cool, actually. Yeah, can target terrain to create fire surface, burn ooze or oil, and then boulder bash. We've got points in intelligence, constitution, speed, and perception. Talents. Far Out Man. Increases the range of spells and scrolls, and Know-It-All. Those seem good. Know-It-All decreases everyone's attitude towards you by 20, but guarantees 1 extra point in intelligence. Oh, interesting. It's got a trade-off. I'm sure there's a bunch of other 5-star diner doubles the effect of food. This is cool. Okay, so let's go back and check Will's. Should we go with Will? Should we go with Roderick? It was Roderick was the option, right? Oh, I'm not done. Yeah, maybe we do this. Keep the names they had. We just moved them between spots here. Roderick. It's a funny name. So what were our talents? We have My Precious. Every time you hit or get hit, your gear has a 50% chance of not losing durability. Cool. Opportunist. Gives you the ability to perform attacks of opportunity. Cool. Politician gives you 2 bonus points in charisma, but you lose a point in intelligence. That seems pretty cool. Maybe I drop My Precious to take Politician. Talking to animals seems like it would be cool. But let's go with this. Intelligence is down. Really don't think I need that. I guess based on that, let's take 1 point back out of charisma. And throw it in... Can't do Man-at-Arms. Let's throw it in... Back into bodybuilding was the thing we had. Yeah. No, let's keep it in charisma. I think that's just going to be good all around. Okay. This is us. Roderick and Scarlet. Fighter and wizard. Let's do it.
In the days of old, the sorcerers of Rivellon cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Rivellon and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
Okay, so we're Source hunters. Basically, magic's now evil. But we do use magic ourselves, too, so it's a little... Well, at least Scarlet does.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The Cam wants you up on deck. Hear them calls? Means we're close to shore. I don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Sicil, nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Sicil. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off in the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and There's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
Cool. Okay, so we're going to this town to investigate a murder. And a bunch of bad stuff's happening. There's zombies, undead. I guess undead, not zombies. And orcs. Sneak up on unsuspecting parties to hear conversations. Interesting. Alright, here we go. Basic movement. Welcome to Divinity Original Sin. Click anywhere on the ground or hold left mouse button continuously to begin exploring. Alright, we got a mini-map. Oh, basic camera controls. Press and hold middle mouse button while dragging to rotate the camera. Zoom in or... Okay, cool. So we can... Oh, yeah, look at this. Cool. Oh, and we can zoom in. Oh, look at that. Look at that effect. That's super cool. The focus effect is awesome. We can move around. I see. So we've got both of you here. Roderick and Scarlet. Cool. And we've got... Oh, I see. We can select. The camera stopped following your party member. You can look around freely using the arrow keys. Ah. To recenter on your party, press home or double click. Left mouse button does the same. Cool. So we can come up here. Okay, wait. Before we go, what else is on the beach? Looks like we came in on this boat. There's a dock that's pretty beat up. It doesn't seem like there's anything here. Okay. Cool. This is cool. Michelle. Whoa, is it me? Where's that coming from? Huh. Cool. Picked up some gold. Press I to access your inventory. Alright. This is your inventory. Everything you pick up is stored in here. Press right mouse button or objects in your inventory to find out what you can do with them. Cool. What do we got? We got a backpack. Can I open it? Weird. Notice the object is held separately, so I can fill up a backpack inside my inventory. Okay. Whoops. How do I get rid of this?
If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid beach.
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy.
Alright, yeah, so we gotta worry about the orcs and the sorcerer. We got a resurrection soul scroll. It looks like scrolls are a one-time use spell. A minor healing potion. Cool. That's good. Looks like it's in our hotbar here. A firestorm grenade. Well, let's put that in our... Oh, it's already in our hotbar here. The Order of the Source Hunters, a brief history. Crack it open, inhale the musk of its pages, and learn something new. Sure. The Order of the Source Hunter is a brief history. When Source was tainted so many centuries ago, sorcerers who had once brought great good began to wield a force of evil. When one of their kind, Brachus Rex, came to power, he instigated a war that would have undone Rivellon if not for the Council of Seven. These wise rulers ordered a new order of elite warriors especially trained to fight the Source menace. Brachus was defeated and the Order of the Source Hunters began its legacy. Our objective is to eradicate the Source menace from Rivellon one sorcerer at a time. Recognizing Source. Unlike other forms of magic... Oh, interesting, there's different kinds of magic. Source is particularly difficult to identify. Mages of many years' experience may learn to sense the presence of Source, as others smell the sick, sweet scent of poison or hear the barely perceptible scrape of a sword loosened from its hilt. Source may be channeled through certain objects, weapons, gems, or metals. These are unpredictable as Source itself and may inflict terrible harm or magnificent feats of healing upon either wielder or target. Methodology of the Source Hunter. Ours is an order of cunning and cleverness as much as strength and power. The well-trained Source Hunter will examine and question, lift every barrel, and analyze each testimony for the faintest breadth of the clue. Yeah, well, that's how you play these games. Nothing is insurmountable. If some knot puzzles you, mark its location upon your map and return to it when you've learned a better method of untangling it. There are no limits to a Source Hunter's resolve. No riddle is unknowable, no foe unbeatable, no mystery unsolvable. Cool. Alright, we've also got Zandalor's Trunks. Your grandmother always did advise you to buy underpants that breathe. After all, that's amazing. Why am I not wearing them? Okay. Golden Grail, once an alchemist, simple bronze chalice. This Grail was in just the right place at just the right time when its owner mastered the art of transmuting base metals. He charmed the Grail with the power to transform basic clothing and armor from simple cloth and steel to lavish gold, and he never ran out of cash again. Can we... Does this do something? Interesting. We've got some gold. We've got orders. Definitely need to read those. Source Hunters. Your orders are to investigate the recent murder of Counselor Jake and inspect the city of Sicil for evidence of source magic. Your liaison in Sicil will be a wizard called Arhu, who is anxiously awaiting your arrival. Due to the nature of your mission, we've put at your disposal some of the most powerful spells and magics known to the Order, but treat them with caution and tread with care. Scrolls such as these are very rare. We advise you not to blow through your entire arsenal at once. Good luck and Godspeed. Signed, Captain Watrus. Okay, cool. There's a bunch of other stuff in here. Abilities shape what a character can do. Yes, level up. Talents determine a character's unique features. Traits are assigned to your character after voicing opinions. If your character is consistent with their opinions, the trait points can result in a stat or ability bonus. Over time, your traits can change. Cool. Okay, so what I say will affect who I am. Or, I guess in theory, it's the opposite. Then we got Scarlet here. We've also got a backpack, a Fireball Scroll. Cool. A Resurrect Scroll. She's got one too. Healing Potion, the History and the Orders, and then some gold. They have separate gold pools. Interesting. Leader in Sight. Ally has Leadership 1. Cool. That's from Scarlet's leadership. Okay, cool. So we need to investigate this murder. But first things first is, I guess we've got to get to town. Shell. What is this shell? I just picked up a shell. Interesting. Okay, what do we have up here? Another shell. Is there a way to see stuff? There it is, Alt. Okay. Where's this Shosh Michelle person here that we heard talking? Wooden crate. Frost grenade, awesome. Take that. Okay. Uh-oh.
Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What? Did you expect it to have an entourage?
So we got a scroll there. Magic scroll. You found a magic scroll. With it, you can cast spells you haven't yet learned. Right, but it's one time, right? So, okay. Dead Man. Traveler's Journal. To read books, open your inventory and take a look. Okay. Read. Junard 21. Rejoice, for the statues have granted my wish. Their whimsical nature, however, must not be taken lightly, so before I soar through the sky like an eagle, I shall attempt a mere hop from the cliffs down at the beach. This should be a small feat for a man that can fly. If this experiment is successful, the sun shall be my next target. Oh boy. That's not good. Click on party members that have exclamation marks above their heads to initiate a party dialogue. Ah, we can talk to each other.
Can you believe this? The man jumped off a cliff at the behest of some statues, of all things. Well, great deeds require the occasional leap of faith. I might myself have done the same. Yeah, I think it's dumb. Rivellon is no stranger to the supernatural. He might well have flown into the sunset and looked down at us cynics, laughing.
Huh. I see. So she's a romantic, and maybe that's what the AI does, is we didn't get to pick her choice there. She had her own opinion. Cool. Some dialogues require you to voice your opinion. This gives you a trait. Yeah, we read about that a little bit. Cool. Let's pick up this shell here. Cool. So I like that she's going to have kind of her own personality, and we'll get to hear what she thinks because of that. So what's this way? Still wondering what that voice was that was talking. There's a skull here. Okay. This is where we came in, right? So why did we hear a voice? It's like right in here. There's a lot. Look at all the animals and stuff. It's really kind of a lot going on. Okay, we'll head this way. Because we know the crate's empty. It's telling us. Alright, what's up the stairs?
these hunters? How did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Conduit.
Alright, we got our first throwdown here.
Arise, fair dead. Seize upon our enemies.
Aw, that's not fair. Alright, we got some Cursed Lieutenant. Alright, combat in Divinity Original Sin is played in rounds. Everything you do in combat costs action points, which you receive each round. Your turn ends when you have no action points left. The orders of the portraits from left to right determines what order that comes to. Oh, that's super helpful. Okay, so we're gonna get to have, actually Scarlet will get to go right after Roderick. So, what do we want to do? Crushing Fist. An enormous fist smashes your enemy and knocks them down, deals 5 to 6 crushing damage. Can we see how much we can examine? HP 27. An opportunist. Okay. So we need to do 27 damage to take one of the little guys out. Presumably more for the lieutenant. Yeah, 35. Melee, power stance, battering ram. I think we want to do battering ram for sure. So this takes 4 action points. We've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 7. So this will burn up a lot. Oops. Oh no. It's this one that we want to use. Okay. Let's go here.
No foe can stand.
Yeah, knocked him down at least. Failed on him. And I think we're... Can we hit? Yeah, we can. Wow. Oh, he's dead. Well, we hit for a lot. Interesting. I wonder if that's because we're behind or not. End your turn by pressing space. Okay. This is your hotbar. Click on a skill icon to start casting. Cancel by pressing right mouse button. Drag skills in the... Okay. Well, I want to flee. Don't want to use a scroll. Staff. Launch a magical missile from your staff that deals 10 to 20 fire damage. That's huge. The better the staff, the more damage this spell sows. Can target terrain. Boulder Bash. 14 to 16 to anything. This looks like it's multi-target. Warm makes a target a bit less resistant. Okay, can burn targets that are already warm. Magical heat. So is this... Yeah, let's do fire just for fun here. And then we have 3 left. We could create an oil surface. So if we were smart, we could have done that. Let's just use the staff though. We could have done oil and then blown up the oil. Cool. Oh, he's back up. I forgot. He's not actually dead. Let's do Crushing Fist here. Hopefully that knocks him down again. Nope. Knockdown failed. Maybe it's hard to knock down multiple times in a row. Then we can hit again. It'll use all our action points here. Shoot, and we missed. Okay. So we have a cooldown on flare. We could do boulder. We could just do staff. So we have 3 left. We could do midnight oil. I think if it said we end turn, yeah, we'll just end turn.
You need to strive harder against me.
Okay, here we go. Come on, Roderick.
Footsteps of the brawler.
I put myself back in melee power stance. I'm a little confused about how that one's working, actually. Let's just hit.
Eternal silence awaits you.
All right.
Their leader said something about escaping with a stone.
Stolen from this dungeon, I imagine. Can we get inside? Those thieves were more than petty criminals. Their leader gave life to the dead. What stone could they have been so keen on taking?
Our orders say to report to our contact in Sicil, not to wait precious time outside the city walls, or we can't well turn away from such an odious show of source. Let's investigate the tomb and see what answers it might reveal. I think we should investigate the tomb.
Until we're briefed on our intended investigation, every wasted moment is an outright defiance of our orders.
I thought you were a free spirit, Scarlet. Come on. Yeah, I think we got to be independent here. What can we pick up? There's some stuff here. A little bit of gold, I guess, and that's it. All right, let's see. Actually, before we go in there, what else can we look at? Access the optional tutorial area by entering the dungeon behind you. So it definitely wants me to go there. Well, it's optional, but it doesn't want me to forget it. But I'd love to just come out here first. See what we can get. This is the beach. Are we closer to the orcs here? Shells, lots of shells. A giant shell. Come up here. Got some experience for something.
Look! Look! A wanderer comes my way, walking the sands upon which this poor shell must suffer.
Ishmashel. Who are you, Sir Shell?
Call me Ishmashel, son of the sea, an outcast upon these wretched shores. An exiled shell, doomed to live under a canopy of arid sky, not his native, tender water.
Yeah, why can you talk? It seems strange.
Of course I can talk, don't be silly. There's more tongue to me than heart. Indeed, the surprise should be mine, for I still remember the days when your kind swung from branches and plucked the vermin out of their neighbor's fur.
Oh, so he's pretty old. You don't seem to remember the past very fondly, or you say that you're doomed. I will do. You don't seem to remember the
Time
past.
is an indulgent mistress to one who spends happy hours as she passes. But when your existence is one of misery, she becomes a lethargic harpy. Oh, I remember ancient times, for I have lain here since antiquity, when the ruins around us were palaces, and the sun-bleached dead merry children. All this I have seen, alive, alone, alas.
You say that you are doomed?
My fate is a cruel one, I assure you. How many snot-noses have held me up against their dirty little ears, only to claim they can hear the ocean? Of course they can hear her, the brats. We are on the very edge of the great aquatic mother, whose embrace I so desperately long for.
So it's the sea's embrace you long for.
Yes, yes, I, King of Pearls, ache to repose anew on his coral throne. Hurl me toward the water. Swing me as far as your arm's strength gives lease, and treasure long sunk I will grant thee.
I should decide what to do with
you.
you.
Kind knight? Will you return the King of Pearls to the sea, so he may yield you long-lost treasure?
Okay, so I can say kindness is its own reward, and then there's the promise of treasure to boot. Let's throw him into the sea. Or King of Pearls, you say, sounds lucrative. Let's sell him to a local merchant. I think we should throw him back in the sea.
Agreed. Let's send him home.
All right, glad we're on the same page.
Kind benefactor, bless me the might of your sea-bound witch.
All right.
The sea, I have returned, where every wave feels like a mermaid's kiss. May the
Cool.
bounty of the deep be yours, along with my eternal gratitude.
Cool, we got some experience and this ridiculously large chest. Mermaid's Kiss, plus 11% water resistance, plus 9 HP. Wow, that seems pretty good. It's Ishmashel's gift. Yeah, it's in our inventory. Take a look. I think for HP, I'd want to give that to Roderick. So let's put it on. Cool. That's awesome. It says something about being added to our log. How do we get our log? Ah, here we go. A shell on the beach. On the beach, we met a talking shell called Ishmashel. Yeah, and then we threw him back. Cool. Mysterious murder. Our orders are clear. We've been sent to the city of Syciel to investigate the murder of Counselor Jake. The wizard Arhu will meet us in the city to elaborate on this sorry matter. Talking statues. We learned from the diary of a dead man that he jumped off a cliff believing that some whimsical statues had granted him the ability to fly. So I guess we could probably track those statues down and talk to them. And then a source hunter's journey. Let's see, start from the beginning. We're ready for our first assignment. It seems the murder of Counselor Jake is a clear-cut case of sorcery, and we're ready to nab the perpetrator. We landed on the beach east of our destination, so we should head west towards the city of Syciel. We were waylaid by a group of tomb raiders escaping with a stone of some kind. Their leader used necromancy, a further indication that source is in play in Syciel. We should investigate the tomb or keep heading towards the city. Secrets, dialogues, map. Oh, that's a pretty good map, actually. Cool. All right, let's head back. I think we've explored all of everything. Yeah, let's head back to let's get them. How do I get the camera to follow me again? Maybe I just do home. Yeah, let's head back up to, I can't imagine we need all these shells. Let's head back up to that tomb and go investigate. Up here. Ancient stone grate. Or gate. Okay, there's a tutorial log. Cool. Alright, we're in here. Oh, look, this little mouse. Can I talk to him? I don't think, I didn't get the ability to talk to him. Bone pile. Nothing there. Broken vase.
This seems to be broken.
Yeah, that's correct. Candles. You can turn them on and off. Okay. That's not really how candles work. Chest.
Under lock and key.
Highlight the chest and press right mouse button to bring up the actions menu. Select attack to perform an action. Wait, did we get lockpicking with Scarlet? No. No, I wish we had. No, let's do Roderick here. Attack. Ah, I see. I can just bust it open. Oil flask and aged robe. Is that any good? 14 armor rating. Well, I'll send this to Scarlet. She'd be the more likely one. 6 for the source. Yeah, let's upgrade. Cool. That looks kind of nice. Could use more color, but it's okay. Okay, so we're gonna come down here. Move objects by clicking and dragging them. Oh, I see. Cool.
Careful, there's a mine in the middle of our path.
There's a mine ahead.
Must have an interest in protecting whatever's kept here.
Trigger mines by attacking them with a ranged weapon or by dropping something heavy on them. Oh, I can literally just do that. Cool. Be careful not to step in it, I guess. Alright. What do we have here? Some more broken vases, a treasure chest up here. Tomb chest key. An old key. It was underneath the vase. Burial chest. Oil flask and a two-handed splitting maul. Oh, I did want to go into two-handed. We've already gotten our first two-handed weapon. Let's do it. Yeah, I do think just being a big fighter who hits things will be fun.
I've always heard there's typically more to a king's tomb than meets the eye.
It could be a myth, or it could be our lucky day.
A mushroom. Okay, tomb. Move a container's inventory window by dragging it with left mouse button. Let's pick this up. And then what did it say? Read. Gravekeeper Ragequind. Tend the graves in the antechamber before moving into the inner rooms. To proceed, stand very close to the impressed door and press the button that appears on the right-hand side. Alright, well, that's a convenient set of instructions. So we have some stuff up here. Chest's lock doesn't seem very advanced. I don't think we have a lock, though. Wait, a lockpick. So we're gonna do this the brute force way. Oh, man. Ah, that's what we're supposed to do. Lockpick. Do we have lockpicking? I really feel like we got that. Nope. Nope, we did not. Okay. Pick lock. Cool. Oil flask and an old cloth cap. 7 armor. Who needs a cap? Nobody has a cap. It's gonna look silly on me, but I'll take it. Yeah, it looks particularly silly. It's okay. It'll work. Form over function. Oh, I didn't know we could check these bone piles. We should be more careful. Okay. This will keep the camera on them. What do we have up here? vases.
I've spotted something.
Oh, I see. This is the door he was talking about. Something hidden has been revealed. The higher your perception, the more likely you're to reveal traps and secrets. Cool. Let's open it. Cool. Let's come up here. Hold left. Oh, you can just. That's a good shortcut. Left click.
You made short
With
work
control.
of that door, but I don't imagine our weapons would survive such use for long.
Got it. There's a durability cost here. Whoop, whoop. Fire resistance potion. Man, we're picking up a lot of stuff. This could be one of those pack rat games, isn't it? Sure. Save. Good thing to teach you in this tutorial. Whoa, okay, hold on. There's a bunch of fire, and then there's a water barrel. Interesting. And there is a rain scroll. Creates water puddles on terrain, douses fires, and makes characters wet. Cool. Then can we go back here? There's nothing. Can we just kill the water barrel instead of using a scroll? Water removes fire. Use a water spell to destroy a water barrel to clear the fire up, but take care to avoid. Yeah, let's just do that.
Stand down before I put you down.
Nice. Alright, we got a couple of these to do. Oh, whoops. Great. Very good. Let's do this boulder bash.
What goes up must come down.
Oh, this... The boulder just made fire, so that didn't actually solve our problem. It made it worse. Alright, this should clear it up. Okay. Ah, what do we have up here?
Careful, I've spotted a trap.
Ah, a trap disarm toolkit. I was right up there. You found. Select it from your inventory. Use. And then do the trap. Cool.
Fasten tighter than the treasury.
You should search for the key nearby. I don't see a key. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye out for one. Is there something up here we could go to? Lockpicks. Right there. There was a knockdown arrow back there, but well, we can grab it. We don't have a bow person, but we could probably just sell them. All right, what do we have in here? Fireball scroll. Try using fire on poison surfaces and poison clouds. A fire spell or fire arrow will do the trick. Okay. Well, let's go to Scarlet here. What's some fire options do you have? Create some oil here.
Waste not a drop of this precious oil.
Well, you just threw it on the ground, so I don't know why you're saying don't waste it. Whoa! That was cool. That was super cool. Unfortunately, now how do we get there? Does this stuff like die out? Yeah, we gotta be checking all these things. It's just like these. Who picked up some milk? Temple door key. That doesn't sound like the chest key we were looking for. That sounds different. Is he gonna sit on the bench? That's super pretty. Okay. Lockpicks. What do we got in here? Some crates. Empty flask. Man, there's gonna be so much stuff in this game. It's cool. Place an object over the pit to stop the puddle or cloud from spreading. Like right in the middle?
I've spotted.
Oh, right there.
This I've spotted.
Cool. Oh, I see. There's a couple of them, so we'll do that one. And then we'll do... Well, I don't know where it is yet, so let's head over there.
I've spotted something.
There we go. Cool. Just some sort of trap or something. Outdated short sword. Okay, well. I think we're going with our axe for now.
Shh. I think I hear voices downstairs.
The last thing we need is to surprise another angry summoner.
Enter sneak mode by pressing C. Stay out of the vision cones of those around you to remain hidden. Amazing. Okay. Yeah, of course. Super subtle. Nobody mind us. Just checking out all the stuff. Where are we coming? Down here? Oh, here we go.
I sense enemies nearby.
Sometimes it pays off to scout ahead. Drag a candle into the oil to ignite the oil those skeletons are standing on in order to damage them prior to combat. Okay, where's a candle? Here? Just like that. They're just chilling, even though they're burning. It's pretty funny. Yeah, they died. Great.
This seems to be broken.
Yeah, it is. Alright, we could exit sneak mode, I guess. Fighting knife they dropped. Cool. Just gotta be careful because the pressing Alt shows you stuff that's on the ground, but it doesn't show you things you can check, like vases and tombs and stuff. Can I talk to you, rat? You don't understand a word this animal's saying. If you had the pet talent, you'd have had a meaningful conversation. Well, that is a good incentive to get the pet talent. Oh, Scarlet, you don't have to pretend to be a rock anymore. It just looks ridiculous. Traps, pressure plates. Pressure plates can be activated by your own body weight or by an object of sufficient weight. They make a click sound when they are activated. Cool. So, like, can we do this? Yep. Cool, that opened that door. Let's make sure we didn't miss anything. I think we could come up. We already went there? Yeah. Okay, there isn't actually anywhere we can come up. Okay, let's go through here then. What do we got here? Intelligence potion, cooking pot, hammer, arrow.
I was really hoping to find something better.
Combine ingredients to craft new items. Open your inventory and press the craft button in the middle to start crafting. Of course there's a crafting system. Crafting panel. Click or drag items into the combination slots and press combine. Successful combinations are stored in recipes. I see. So maybe an arrow head and an arrow shaft? Yep. Stunning arrow. We now know how to make a stunning arrow. Sweet. What else can we craft? Empty flask. Water balloon, poison flask, sword, bone, hammer. I don't know if any of these other things are going to be craftable. At least not worth checking now, I think.
This seems to be broken.
They're all broken. Let's head up here. All broken. Pull party portraits apart to unchain them. Breaking the chain stops them from following the party members until they chain to. So my guess is that means we need you to come over here. And you're gonna do something. Yeah, I see. You're gonna stand on this thing. Got it. What a nice tutorial. And then, can we connect you? Yeah, great. Uh-oh, saved. Something's coming. Hello. Let's move you back a little. That didn't work. There we go. Rage Quinn.
A living rat dares disturb the slumber of the dead. A thieving fool insults the sanctity of the grave. The Bloodstone Defiler, where is it?
Who are you? Bloodstone, I know not what you mean. I met a trio of strange cult-like figures before the entrance of this tomb. They seem to have a precious stone in their possession. That does seem like the most obvious explanation.
Strange indeed. Robed indeed. Your tricks will not save you from retribution, deceiver. The Bloodstone, deliver it now and I may deign to end you quickly.
Who are you?
In life, I toil to care for these holy grounds. In death, I protect them from profaners and poachers. The legacy of Cecile is mine to preserve. Her traitors are mine to destroy.
Bloodstone, I know not what you mean.
I suppose you only crept among these sacred tombs for leisure. I suppose you had no lust for the treasure of the dead. Ha!
We were actually just kind of curious, but...
Run if you like, Defiler. Whichever way you take leads you to the grave.
Alright, time for a fight. Okay, tactical view. If too many enemies are concentrated in a small space, you can press B to get a top-down view. Change combat highlights in the game options to increase combat clarity. So B does... Oh, I see. Okay. Well, these aren't too hard to see. So we could go for him. Let's see, we've got our Crushing Fist, our melee power stance, and Battering Ram. I mean, Battering Ram is the obvious one to try to use. See if we can knock them down. Unfortunately, it won't leave us next to the big guy, but that might be okay.
I run, they fall.
Oh.
I like this game.
He still didn't fall. Neither of them fell, actually. Can I just hit him? There we go. Scarlet's turn. We could do the boulder and then maybe try to fire it.
Eternal silence awaits you.
Death never dies, fool. Death in 1,000 forms rules all.
His ghost. Interesting. Okay, so it actually looks like he's negative resistance to fire, but anyway, so he came back as a ghost. So if we could, we don't have enough to do fire, so is this fiery? Yeah, this is fire damage. I'm wondering if this is gonna light the oil on fire. It did. Perfect.
Trying to escape.
Cool, that was the attack of opportunity. Delay your turn by pressing the delay turn button during your combat turn. As a result, your turn will be pushed off to the end of that round. Do I want to do that though? No, I think I just want to hit. Yeah. Press and hold left alt, we've seen this to highlight. Oh, it says something about perception will make you see more. Here's the Ancient Stone Grate. Oh, that wasted my turn. Whoops. I think Staff of Magus is Magus is the best.
This is the end for you.
Cool. All right, let's pick up some stuff. Healing potion, poison arrow, bracers, cap. We got a lot of good stuff here. Gold. Is that everything? It is everything. Okay. So, bracers, 7 armor rating. We already have some bracers. Let's send to Scarlet. Old cloth cap, we have 2 of them. We'll send one to Scarlet. Two-handed. So this is 18 to 31 slashing. 4 to attack. This is 5 to attack. But it's 33 to 42. So let's equip this, and I think it'll be cheaper once we get a level up, it looks like. Poison arrow, Ancient Stone Great Key. Cool. So, and then actually Scarlet we're going to check too. Let's put on the cap. Those bracers are the same, and the ones we have look like they're a little cooler because they're Source Hunter bracers.
Here lies Master Ragequin's first apprentice, killed by a falling corpse.
She joking? It's funny. Let's come up here. Ancient stone grate. Oh, we're outside. Okay. So we learned just the name of the thing they were looking for, I guess. That's kind of all we got. We got some stuff and we learned a little bit about the game, but what's back here? Oh, we can come back here. Oh, this is, I see, this is the way they ran. Got it. Okay. Interesting, so that's the back door to the place we were. Cool, alright, let's head up this way then.
Hold it right there, orc scum! No one slips past the Legion unchallenged.
Calm down, Junius. Doesn't look like one of them orcs to me. Not a single horde in sight, you know.
Just hold your tongue, will you, Bibius? Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Sightseal.
Alright, we got some drunkards. Who are you? Or we are here on Source Hunter's business. Here are our orders, or I'd like to ask you a few more questions. I'll say, who are you?
We're Legionnaires, of course. On the lookout for orcs, for they've been attacking from the sea. God knows why they do it, but we stand firm. We of the Legion, liberators of Rivellon.
Liberators of liquor too, aren't we, old chum?
There you go.
Shh, just pipe down, will you, Bibius?
So you are liberators, you say, or seems you've been dealt to, so you're
Aye,
liberators.
a noble word for watchdog, that. For that is what we do. Watch over the local dogs that ever so often aim for one another's throat, and separate them to keep the peace. Separate by the sword, that is.
Best way to calm a wily dog is to neuter it. Ha! Spay for pay. Legion's motto.
Just put a sock in it, will you, Bibius?
Seems you've been enjoying a drink or two.
Stood on the lookout for hours on end, bored stiff. Boredom's a demon, buddy, and booze is the demon hunter. There. I do declare it's time for this hunter to take another shot. Huzzah!
Alright, I'd like to ask you a few more questions.
What do you want to know?
I believe we are close to Sightseal.
Sightseal, yes. Where fishermen come to live and street dogs come to die. Now, which of the two would you be, then?
Just cut the cackle, will you, Bibius? Now then, stranger, if it's the city of Sightseal you're looking for, you're heading in the right direction. Even though most folks are trying to escape rather than reach the damn place these days. Not that I could blame them. This place is cursed, I tell you. First the dead rise from their graves, and then entire tribes of orcs sound the trumpets of war. You take to the rye for less.
Let's ask about the orcs.
Bunch of barbaric bastards, a lot of them. They'll kill your spouse and eat your children. We've been putting up a fight against them, to be sure, but they have the strength of an ox in every single one of their fingers. Takes an army to dress down a dozen.
Well, we did bring a legion.
Just bite your lip, will you, Bibius?
How about Counselor Jake?
So, it's Jake you're looking for. Ship sailed on that one, I'm afraid. Fellow's dead. Murdered.
What can you tell me about Jake's murder?
Can't tell you much more, except that I heard he was found face down in a puddle of blood, being used as a water fountain by his own pet mongrel.
Ugh, gross.
They say 'twas his wife that did it, and I'd bet a bottle of brandy they're right. A devilish flirt, that one.
As if that proves anything. Just keep your trap shut, will you, Bibius?
Interesting. So, okay, it could be the wife. I kind of want to check out to the left before we tell them and head into the city, so let's do that.
Hold on! Not so quickly! You may not be an orc, but that doesn't mean I trust some outlander wandering the beach. Who's to say you're not a spy? Come, I'm taking you to the wizard.
Ah, this is a cooperative dialogue. It allows you to roleplay discussions with the two main characters. The wizard, you say? Sounds good to me. Lead the way.
Excuse me? I'm not going to be pushed around by two inebriates. I say we sober them up, and quickly, too.
Oh man, okay, we can say stand down unless you want me to stand by and let them give you a good thrashing, or do me a favor and calm down, would you? Wouldn't want you to get hurt. Or no, killing these men may anger the entire city. Let's just say that.
You'd let these lowly grunts order us around? I thought you had more pride than that.
Whoa, win a series of rock, paper, scissors matches to convince the other party. Put points in charisma to gain an advantage. Press space or skip. Press space to skip the rock, paper, scissors. Alright, I really got to fight with my friend here. Rock. Crap. Rock again. Paper. Yes, okay. So I guess I get more points because I have charisma? I see, yeah. Rock. Nice.
No, we'll do as I say, and there's an end to it.
Nice.
See, Junius? He means nothing.
Can I talk with them again and just tell them?
Lovely day for a swig and a song. What do you want to know? What do you want to know? Soy seal, yes.
Just got nothing I could blame them.
Alright, so we can't actually tell them now that we're source hunters. Crap, I kind of did want to tell them. What's that we just picked up? Crafting and cooking with Maradino. A hefty tome about crafting and cooking. Its author seems something of an expert in both. A guide for urban and feral bachelors. Part 1, The Bachelor's Guide to Crafting. Because girls will put ribbons and bows on your clubs and axes. Maradino the All-Knowing. Whether you're lost in a metropolis or the untrodden wilds, a proper bachelor can craft all he needs to survive an orcish ambush or a singles ball. Let's have a look at some of Maradino's classics. A good arrow starts with its shaft. You can make your own arrow shafts out of any tree branch. All it takes is a knife. Interesting. Then create your own special arrowheads to really surprise the enemy, but we'll leave that for another chapter. I think a dagger takes you up too close and personal to an ugly enemy's face. Try sticking at the end of a tree branch. You're not the stabbing type. Glue 2 branches together. You've got yourself a staff. Cool. Cooking. These girls' dishes take ages. Okay, so we'll go through this maybe at some point when we actually want to craft. Cool. Oh, we got a recipe for arrow shaft and tomato sauce. Cool. And cheese bread dough. If I go this way, will they freak out? They're so drunk. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're going to actually stop us. Come over here. What is this? Whoa. Waypoint Shrine. You discovered a waypoint. These allow quick travel between any of the waypoints you visited so far. For the tranquil beach. Okay. Cool. It's funny that it's tranquil given that we were worried about orcs and all this other stuff. Did we already look this way? Yeah, we kind of did. Okay. So there's not a lot actually to see over here. Oh, some branches. So maybe we'll be able to use those in crafting, because it did say tree branches. Assuming those are tree branches. What's that? Oh, just a shell. Just a shell. We've got plenty of those. Alright, let's let these drunks take us to town.
Lovely day for a swig and a song, isn't it? Fare thee well.
Are they not actually going to do anything to take us to town? They're just too drunk? Amazing. Oh no, they are coming with us, okay. What do we have over here? A shell. Anything back this way? I do feel like you just gotta explore a lot in these games. Okay, let's head up here. There's a legionnaire talking, and he said drive them back. Where are we? Oh, up here. Oh, that doesn't look good. They look like they're in trouble.
What the hell is happening down there? Oh, what? Bloody hell!
Alright, let's come down here.
Come, let's go back to the village.
Alright, those guys, the drunk guys just ran away. Alright, how do I help here? They probably have him, and this is what we need to worry more about. Oh man, she's going so slow. I actually wanted to use her. I guess we could do a grenade. It won't really hit them though. How many? It takes 3 action points to use. Maybe we move a little closer and then use it. Let's try that. Yeah, right there. Cool. And then I'll just pass the rest of my turn. Come on, you guys can kill him. Did we get a level up? That'd be cool. Oh, he's running far. Shaman's strong. Trooper's just big. Look at him. Alright, Scarlet's turn. What do we want to do here? We have a cultist. A shaman. Can we look at these things? A lot of HP. I'd love to kill the shaman, but he's too far. I guess we could do stone to hit both. And then this to try to also hit the fire. It doesn't hit the oil, unfortunately. Oh, he's got a bow. Roderick's turn. Let's just hit. It's pretty good. Ah, I can't believe I missed that. Alright, Scarlet's turn. Let's do a fire attack. I can't just hit him directly, can I? That's annoying. Maybe if I go like here, the flames will do it. The oil, I mean. Nope, that was a complete waste. Alright. Oh man, they're really hurting these Legionnaires. Okay, so we got him. Let's do battering ram. Not enough action points to hit, huh? Okay. Shaman's getting pretty low. Ooh, he hit me. For 21 fire damage. Damn, that was a lot. I would think. I think that's a lot. Highlight an enemy and press the right mouse button and select examine. The higher the lore master ability, the more you'll get to know about the target. I see. So this takes 3. Let's do this. Got 4 left, but I need a cooldown to use it. I'm gonna use oil over here. Maybe the fire will spread, hopefully. Yeah, I'll move closer, because we're gonna need to move in anyway. Crushing fist. We can knock this guy down. Can't see. Oh, because of the smoke. I just did melee. Power stance. Does this let me see? It does. Oh, but it's burning now. Crap. Let's move out of the fire. I'll move up towards this guy. Hope these two can finish him off. There we go. Scarlet's turn. Can we do Boulder Bash? It's too far. So we should go move closer. Man, she is slow to move. It's gonna like use up her whole turn. Let's move this way. Go ahead and heal. Nice, okay. Now we can hit this guy.
Behold the power of mages!
Oh. Roderick. Buddy.
The time of your death is... Did you see that?
Leading those orcs?
Those orcs had a human commander.
How very curious. And how very disquieting.
Alright, got a lot going on there. People are wondering where the drunks are, why this orcs had a human with them, and we gained a level. So let's take a look at
Before his time, far before his time.
what else we can pick up from this. We have a lot to pick up, I guess.
I like you much better with your guts on the floor.
Fish. Who are they talking about? Dead orc. These all seem to be pretty empty. But still. Healing potion. Is there anything on their boat? No, we can't get on the boat. Okay. Let's talk to this guy, maybe?
I like you much better with your guts on the floor.
If he'll talk to us.
Oi, the Source Hunter. Nice to see these winds are blowing more than bloody orcs our way. Welcome to Seal, comrade, and good luck.
What happened here?
It's these orcs. Now that they have bees in their bonnets about God only knows, we need every hand we can get. That rat-faced shaman of theirs even went to the trouble of launching a fireball at a ship in the harbour to the west of here.
A fireball?
It's hard to say. That ship needs attention, and fast, or she's as good as sunk. Got any special Source Hunter tricks to make a blue sky turn to rain clouds?
I think we have a rain scroll, so maybe. Tell me about yourself.
I'm a proud legionnaire and always will be, but I thought we'd be doing more slashing and less dying when we landed in Seal.
Why was there a human fighting alongside those orcs?
Beats me what traitorous madness came over that dog. A man among orcs? It'd be like one of your kind running with a sorcerer.
Huh.
Whatever the Kerr's incentive to raise swords alongside that murderous lot, let's all hope it was a private grudge. Can you imagine if we had to add a slew of wild-eyed orc-loving bedlamites to our list of enemies in Seal?
My guess is we're gonna have to. Okay, so I think it's time to head into Seal, which is probably a good spot for us to take a break. Yeah, right here seems good. We're gonna, well, I wish we could talk to this cat, but we won't be able to. So when we come back, we will level up, and then we'll head right into Seal. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm having fun. Game seems really, really deep and interesting. So I can only imagine what it'll be like when we get a few hours into it. If you guys enjoy the video, I'd love it if you could go ahead and like it. I'll only ask on the first video of the series just because it helps me a ton if you do that. And if you're new and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and see you in the next video.